guys, I am so relieved that the law still works in the United States of America. I am so happy that parents fake crying on camera and members of a particular community trying to bend the law and spin the verdict to their heart desires did not, in fact, sway the court of law from reaching a clear-eyed verdict. I'm sure that you've already heard that Karmelo Anthony has now been charged with first-degree murder following the 2025 case where he stabbed to death a 17-year-old teenager by the name of Austin Metcalf over a minor altercation while attending a school track meet. Rightfully, he has been found guilty of murder, and I totally agree with this befitting verdict.
Karmelo! What's his name? Karmelo! What's his name? Karmelo! Say his name! Karmelo! What's his name? Karmelo! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? What do we want? Justice! What do we want? What do we want? Justice! What do we want?
Well, I'm so happy this crowd of people got exactly what they are clamoring for. They are demanding justice, and they got exactly that because this verdict against Karmelo Anthony is the exact justice that this particular case needs. This report from Fox 4 says Karmelo Anthony found guilty, sentenced to 35 years in prison. Jurors have found Karmelo Anthony guilty of murder for fatally stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a 2025 track meet. Prosecutors labeled the fatal stadium stabbing a provoked, unjustified sneak attack inside a team tent, while the defense countered that it was a split-second action in self-defense out of fear and chaos. Anthony received a 35-year prison sentence. He faced anywhere from 5 to 99 years, but he ended up getting 35 years. If you ask me, guys, I would tell you that he is very lucky. They went really easy on him. 35 years is not enough sentencing for taking a life of a teenager in cold blood. Plus, the manner in which he did it was very insidious. First off, why would a teenage high school kid come to a track meet with a knife in his possession? Again, why would he think about using that particular knife on a white fellow student over a minor altercation? Also, how can a kid even summon the courage to take a fellow kid's life? It takes you to have a very special evil in you to do what Karmelo Anthony did. So to be brutally honest with you guys, I am very dissatisfied with the sentencing of just 35 years. To me, it does not even match his crime of cold-blooded murder. But anyway, guys, let's check in on the guys screaming that they want justice, you know, that crowd. Now that they have got justice, let us see what they are saying next.
We gotta tell our kids the truth, that this is a racist-ass country. We gotta tell them the truth. Who don't get stop that cool-ass shit? Don't nobody want to hear about what we do to each other. We talking about what they doing to us. White folks kill white folks. Mexicans kill Mexicans. We ain't trying to hear no cool shit today. Go over there with them white folks with that. This is a racist ass country. We're in a racist ass state. This is a racist ass court. There ain't nothing else to talk about. When has a white boy been before an all black jury? Tell us, media. Tell us, white folks, when has a white boy been before all black jury? Never.
How is it murder?
This is racist. You know why?
Is he okay?
Because you know what? Whatever the verdict is, he got justice. Because he got to go before a jury of 6.
My goodness. These guys are now whining and crying because a black cold-blooded murderer has been sentenced guilty by the court of law. Just because this murderer is black, just because of his skin color, it doesn't matter that this particular killer took another person's life for no reason. It doesn't matter that poor Austin Metcalf would have still been alive if Karmelo Anthony has not brought a knife to a school gathering that very day. All these guys care about is the skin color of the killer. Okay, as long as he is black, release him. America is a racist country because they found a guilty murderer guilty. And you wonder why the black community produces people like Karmelo Anthony. Teenagers who wouldn't bat an eye at taking a life over simple arguments. I thought they were demanding justice, guys, but no. It turns out that they were only interested in having things play out their own way. They don't care about justice. Justice be damned. This community is freaking messed up. Honestly, it is.
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion here.
That's what Karmelo was doing. I'm glad you just said that. That's what Karmelo was doing. Protecting his motherfucking. When they gave Karmelo the verdict, he broke down and he cried. He broke down and he cried.
How do you know that?
He broke down. She was in there with him.
Hold on
she
one
didn't want to be
second.
on camera. She broke down and cried.
So explain to me what the
When
woman
they
inside.
came back with the verdict, he broke down and he cried. Somber. That family nurse not good. That boy's not good. You been in there. I done talked to you before. You been in there. That boy smiled. That boy broke down and cried. They done fucked up the rest of this boy's life.
When you're out here and you see all these people, you've been here every day, I know. When you hear that verdict read, I saw you break down to the ground. What's going through your heart? What's going through your head right now?
Why do we have to care anymore? Why are we even here? To be honest, why are we here? What are we here for? Because if we take up for ourselves, we go to jail. If we don't, we die. So it's a catch-22 in this situation. What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for words. I don't know what to do. I got 5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk away no more.
Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin.
You've got 5 boys, but after witnessing the law take its toll on a young man who senselessly took the life of another young man, you still don't know what to tell your 5 boys? I hate to call you a failed mother for that statement, but I think that adjective describes you perfectly. Now, even if I'm not a mother yet, okay, I would like to give you some advice on what to tell your sons. The same advice I would give to my future children when I have them in future. Tell your boys not to murder people. Tell them that murderers get found guilty and they get sentenced accordingly. Instill good morals in them so they won't be the kind of sons whose first thought during a minor altercation would be to stab their opponent to death. Teach them to be good sons, law-abiding sons, God-fearing sons. And about that line you gave, saying you can't walk away now, well, that is exactly what you need to tell your sons to do. Tell them to walk away when their emotions run high. Teach them to walk away, ma, please. Now, let's talk about what we want you to do, right? You asked, what you want me to do, what you want me to do. We want you to go home and be happy that even though the verdict was not actually fitting for the crime committed, at least Karmelo Anthony got some sort of punishment for taking the life of a young 17-year-old boy. Can you do that for me? Well, I'm guessing no.
It showed very clearly that a black boy was allowed not one black soul on a jury. An all white jury convicted him in 2 to 3 hours. We know that they did not prove their case. They are currently sentencing Karmelo Anthony, but we know that the Next Generation Action Network put the first $10,000 towards an appellate attorney. And we will fight Collin County like hell.
Well, here we go again with this con man with a long criminal history, crying racism and using every opportunity he can get to advertise his useless organization, whose name I won't even bother repeating because that is exactly what he wants. Publicity for his unknown organization. The biggest mistake the Anthony family did in this situation was appointing this barely coherent man to be their spokesperson or whatever they are using him as. That was their biggest mistake. It doesn't help that their son is as guilty as heck, but using this man as their spokesperson completely annihilated their chances of, getting out of this crime their son committed. In fact, I am happy they chose him for this case. I am very happy. I and my upcoming organization that nobody actually cares about is going to sue Collin County into oblivion. Shh. You ain't gonna do nothing. I think that's how you say it. You can do nothing, okay? All you're gonna be able to do is to keep running your mouth in your broken language and keep giving the Anthony family false hope and keep getting paid by them until eventually they realize what a con artist you are, and then they kick you to the cops where you actually belong.
All white jury, the judge and the DA are buddies, along with the dad, best friends.
You cannot make me believe that as many gray-haired white women on that jury that's dealing with white guilt about going to heaven is not gonna have no compassion about a kid that's been straight A from the time he's ever read a book in school, has no history of violence. This kid has no violence. Austin, on the other hand, is a violent brute with some sexual rape allegations hanging on his ass. Yeah.
Now, these are supposed to be the elders of the Black community, the adults, the role models, the people the younger generations in the Black community are supposed to look up to and, learn from. Again, no wonder Karmelo Anthony thought it was okay to murder that white boy in broad daylight in cold blood, because he has people like this to learn from, people like this fool of a man. And I called him a fool because it is only a fool, and not just an ordinary fool, but one who is extremely high on crack, who would get to think that an individual takes a knife to a school gathering, stabs a school kid in the chest to the point that the kid was killed, and gets to go home free like nothing happened. Only a fool would think that. Anybody who thinks that the killer would be freed with a nonsensical plea of self-defense when there was no reason for the killer to fear for his life during that slight altercation must be either or extremely high or both. Now, even though I'm a little bit happy that Karmelo Anthony got a verdict of 35 years, okay, I'm not very happy, but I'm a little bit happy. I am still not fully happy because I genuinely think that that particular sentencing is too little for his crime. Also, the outrage of certain Black Americans over this verdict have once again left me so disappointed in the Black American community, because their protest of this verdict is a direct encouragement to the type of crime committed by Karmelo Anthony. All they are achieving with this outrage is telling the society that they care more about the skin color than justice. They care more about the skin color of the culprit than justice being served. And they are also inadvertently teaching other young Black kids that they will also defend them if they did what Karmelo Anthony did. It is a very sad thing to witness, and it is very destructive to the Black community in general. But as always, guys, these are my thoughts and my opinions. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel, like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or buy me a coffee if you like, as a way of supporting the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.